Hello, my loves, and welcome back to this week's episode of I Think I Need Therapy. So I've been getting in my head a lot recently, and I just wanna kind of talk about it because I think many of you know I overthink quite a bit, and I have this huge fear of judgment. It's so much better now, trust me. As I've built my confidence up and kind of developed this who gives a flying fuck mindset, I've started not to care as much, but I still growing up I had, oh my god, it was crippling fear of judgment and of being unliked kind of thing. And I'd still bits of it are with me today, and it especially comes up with this podcast. And when I tell you, I've been struggling with this podcast a lot more recently to get myself to keep posting whatever, because it's I'm constantly challenging myself. I'm constantly facing this fear of mine over and over, multiple times a week. And so it gets really difficult, and it has been difficult. So I just wanted to just talk about that right now, and the fear of judgment, because why not? Is what I'm going through. And I think a lot of people also, I think most people actually have a fear of judgment, a huge fear of judgment. And when I tell you, it can hold you back so much in life. I know as growing up, that fear of judgment, I missed out on so much. I didn't do so many things just because I was so afraid all the time. And so I missed out on a lot, but I mean, that's fine. I've learned. But back to what I'm going through right now with the podcast, I think it's really hard because I'm constantly coming on here, saying vulnerable stuff, telling you what the fuck is going on in my mind, and just being very open about so much stuff, which I'm fine with. I love being open. I love having deep conversations, whatever. I think vulnerability is a power that everyone has, and is a strength. And so I do like being vulnerable, but it gets hard when I'm constantly doing it, and I constantly am thinking that the advice I'm giving, the things I'm saying are just so corny, and it's so cringy of me, and the reels I'm posting are cringy, and they're, I don't know, just corny advice and whatever. And I think that is all literally internal. Maybe people are saying that, maybe people are thinking that, but I don't know that. I'm literally sitting here just judging myself, telling myself these things, when really nobody else is coming to me or commenting or messaging me saying those things. I'm literally telling myself this stuff, which is just, I'm hurting my own self. I'm bullying my own self in my mind. I'm judging my own self out of the fear of being judged by others. It literally doesn't make sense. Why am I judging myself when I'm afraid of people judging me? One, it is because I want to protect myself from other people doing it to me, so I just do it to myself before anyone else can do it to me. I've done this for years, where I just try to anticipate what everyone else is thinking, how everyone else is perceiving me, what everyone else might be thinking, and all the bad things everyone can be thinking. I try and anticipate that beforehand, so that I can do everything so they don't think that, or they don't judge me, or they don't mock me, or so they do like me. So, and when I say they, literally, I don't even fucking know who I'm referring to. It's mainly just anyone who's around me, or who's watching me, or any audience. I don't know. But then sometimes I don't really care. It's confusing. But anyways, I try and get ahead of it, and then just say all these mean things to myself first, and think all these things about what I'm doing, what I'm saying first, so that nobody else can hurt me. So I'm really just hurting myself first, because for some reason as humans, we like to believe that if we're mean to ourselves, it's okay, but if other people do it, it's not as bad. I don't know, but it literally is. We think that it's not as bad to say things about ourselves. but it fucking is. Like, you wouldn't say these things to other people. Maybe you would, but that's not really nice of you. But I think most people, like, would not say the things that they say to themselves or the things that they think about themselves to other people. Because that's just, like, most of the time, we think mean things about ourselves or say mean things about ourselves or just not nice things because it's like, oh, it's ourselves. Oh, it's just me. Like, I'm saying this about me, so it's not as bad. But you are listening. Like, there's one voice of you saying these things, but there's another voice within you listening. Think about it like your younger self is still within you. That little kid within you is listening to everything you're saying about you. You're saying it to them. That little child version of you, you're saying all those mean things to them about them. You are. Don't do that. Poor little Annika. That's really sad. She doesn't deserve those mean things. She doesn't deserve that judgment. So, like, why are we judging her? I don't know. And when I was going through my therapy or whatever, one thing that I still do it to this day and it helped a lot, where I tell myself, like, okay, wait, literally, would I be saying this to my best friend? Would I be saying this to any of my friends? No. Would I be thinking this about them? Probably not. So why am I saying it to myself? Why would I say this to myself? Why would I think this about myself if I would never do it to anyone else? Because I deserve to be treated the way that I treat and love other people. I deserve to be loved and treated kindly just as much as I love and treat other people kindly. You just deserve to be loved, period. You deserve to be loved by yourself and treated kindly from yourself. I don't know how to really phrase that, but I think you know what I mean. Yeah. One thing that I've learned as well with this, with going through and like getting through this huge fear of judgment, is that people really aren't paying attention as much as you think they are. People literally don't care as much as you think they are. And I know everyone says this, or like, people are mainly just focused on themselves more than they are on you. And it's fucking true, yeah. I mean, some people do people watch. Some people, yeah, we do look at other people. Yeah, we think things about other people. We perceive the world around us. Like, that's not a lie. But I think, yeah, we are very focused on ourselves still. But even if people do watch you, even if people are thinking about you, what the fuck? Even if people are judging you, mocking you, laughing at you, whatever they're saying about you, whatever they're thinking about you, they'll probably forget in like a few days. It will be irrelevant in a few days. If it's something massive, like now you're getting called a nickname or something, you know what? They're probably only doing that because it's always about them. It's never fucking about you. Like, the things people are saying, the people who are judging you, the people who are mocking you, the people who are making fun of you, whatever, don't take it personally, which is so fucking hard because it's targeted towards you. But don't take it personally because it never is actually about you. It's always about them. And I know we hear this a lot where it's like they're probably insecure and jealous, because it's true. Like, those people who are judging, who are making fun of you, who are, making fun of and laughing at everyone around them, it's mainly because that person is insecure and probably struggling with certain stuff and just isn't fully happy or content in their life. Genuinely, when you think about someone who is happy, who is content, who is confident, they're normally pretty nice, pretty funny, pretty likable. They're not someone who goes around and is like, being mean and making fun of everyone else. They're normally being nice. I feel like that's who you want to be. Like, that's a person you probably want to be. You want to be fucking happy. You want to be confident. You want to be content in your life. And if you are those things, like, you also, live carefree. Like, who gives a flying fucking fuck what anyone else has to say? You know what I mean? If someone's judging you, if someone's mocking you, making fun of you, laughing at you, blah, 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 fucking let them. Let them. Let everyone live their lives. Like, you know what? They can. I'm not going to be here to stop them. Like, they're going to still think that. They're going to still do that. Whatever. Let them do it. Let them talk. But don't let it affect you. Don't let that dictate your life and how you move through your life. Because I used to do this. I still do sometimes. Where I cultivated my personality. Is cultivated the right word? I think so. I made my personality, all of the actions and things I did were, well, kind of out of fear. Honestly, now that I think about it, it was out of fear of being judged. So all these things that I did were because I thought it was what was acceptable and what would get me approved of and liked and whatever. For a pretty long time I did that, and I didn't know who I truly was. And I would be like, I'd be quiet most of the time because I thought that being quiet and getting judged for being quiet and not myself was better than being judged for who I truly was, which now I know isn't true at all. I'd rather be who I fucking am and be happy and just live carefree than hiding myself away and living by everyone else's standards and for them and not living for myself. Because that's essentially what I was doing, living for everyone else, trying to please everyone else, making everyone else happy, not getting in their way, not letting my voice, who I am, my opinions, my personality, I didn't want that to get in the way of anyone else. I wanted to stay quiet and not be myself or share my opinions or share even anything I had to say. I don't even want to talk, period, because I didn't want that to get in the way of anybody else. I didn't want people to be like, what the fuck is this girl saying? Like, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Here the fuck I am. Here I am, literally talking about every single opinion I have and thought I have and everything. So, and now living both, like, I realize that this life where I do speak freely, I do just like be myself, do what makes me happy, live for myself and not those other people, it's so much better. Like, I'm not constantly locked in this cage in my mind where every action or everything I do has to be like, well, is this okay for me to do? What are they gonna think first? I mean, okay, clearly I still do that because I do this with the fucking podcast sometimes, and I do it in my day-to-day life. The anxiety of constantly every action you take and every decision you make, I think about like, okay, well, how would people perceive it? You know, like, what are people gonna think about it? What's the worst they're gonna think? It's kind of a trap. It's kind of like this little cage you're living in, and it's not fun and it's draining, and yeah, it's not a happy place at all. But once those thoughts, like, you know, quiet down and lessen, and you can finally just be like, have room within your head to think different things and like actually take a step back and be like, whoa, what do I like? What do I want to do? What is going to make me happy? That is so incredible and so much more. It's just more peaceful, kind of. It's, yeah, highly recommend. But honestly, you can choose to let those people dictate your life. You can choose to let them decide what you want to do. You can live for them, you know, make your actions based off their judgments, their opinions, or you can decide to live for yourself, to just to make the decisions that make you happy, do whatever the fuck you want to do and what's going to make you the happiest. You get to decide. Nobody else gets to decide for you. Not even your parents, not anyone. You do. At the end of the day, you are the one who gets to decide. You are the one who gets to do whatever the fuck you want to. You're living in your own fucking world. Who knows if anyone else is real? Who knows if this world is real? I don't know. But it's your world. It's your life. You get to choose how you want to live it. Point blank, period. You do. If there's someone out there that maybe you're interested in or you want to be friends with, but like everyone else is going to judge you, you think, or if you are with them, then people will tease you and you'll be judged and made fun of and laughed at and whatever the hell. Who cares? If you want to be friends with that person, if you want to be with them, and if your gut is telling you that, go with your gut. Go with your gut. If there's a decision you want to make that decision. Go with what your gut is telling you. Go with what will make you the happiest. And maybe you think like, okay, well, I won't be happy if I make the decision. Everyone's judging me and laughing at me. Valid point. Valid. But ultimately, people might laugh and tease and mock you for a little bit. But those people won't stay in your life forever because clearly they are not good people who are meant to be in your life. So, you know what? Make that decision, and in the long run, it will benefit you because you will be happy with that decision if it's what your gut is telling you, if it's what you want to do. And maybe it will turn out shit, but you'll learn from it, and you will grow that strength to make decisions based off of your own gut and your own desire rather than anyone else's. You know what I mean? Even like if there's a picture you want to post, if you want to post something on Instagram or TikTok or whatnot, that can be scary as fuck. Let me tell you, I did not post on Instagram for years because I was so afraid, because Instagram is such like a, I feel like it's more serious and I don't really like it sometimes, but then I remember who gives a fucking fuck. I feel like I've sworn a lot in this video. I'm sorry if you don't like swearing. It just comes out. But I feel like Instagram is sort of serious, and like I would feel like if I was gonna post it had to be good. Like it had to be like the perfect picture. It had to be so aesthetic, and like everything I posted, I wanted people to look at and be like, oh my gosh, like look at Annika's post, like this is so amazing, like is she so hot, whatever the fuck. But now I'm like posting because I want to post, because I look at a picture that I've taken or someone's taken of me and I'm like, damn, I like this photo, like I like this is really cool. Or just to like share with my friends and family or other people. Like that's what social media is for, is to share your life and your updates with like people that you know and people who want to stay updated with you. That's what it's actually for. Who cares if it's the most perfect photo or the most perfect video? It doesn't have to be to post it. It doesn't. And I had to engrave this in my brain because, like I said, for years I didn't post. And then I got to a point where I was like, well, I kind of want to post these things. And I started to. And I also I have a fear of people thinking that I'm bragging or I'm showing off or I'm being cocky. So then I don't share a lot of things because I don't want people to think that, oh my God. Yeah, that's a huge fear of mine because literally. So I taped my fucking backpack once because I got this backpack from being on Team Ontario for track and field in high school. So I got this like nice Ontario backpack. That's my province. And I was representing my province at nationals and whatnot. And so we got all this gear. And so I would like wear this backpack to meets and stuff. But I literally fucking put tape over Ontario. Like, I taped the word Ontario on my backpack because I did not want people to think that I was trying to brag and show off by wearing this backpack. So I taped it. I feel like that's so much more embarrassing. Because I didn't want people to be like, oh my god, like, this girl walking around with her backpack, like, she's just trying to show off that she made it to nationals and whatever. But I genuinely wasn't. It's just a nice backpack, and it was my track backpack. I didn't have another one. It's the one I had. But who cares? You literally don't even know that anyone is thinking that. I literally put those thoughts into their... I didn't put those thoughts into their brains, but like in my mind, I put those thoughts into everyone else's brain. But it was just me saying those things about myself. Like, nobody was even saying that. And if they were, like, how the fuck would I know? Unless they came up to me, which nobody is actually really gonna do. Like, 9 out of 10 times they won't. So, anyways, post a picture, post a video, because it's not that serious. It ain't that motherfucking deep, people. It ain't that deep. Just post it. Just do it. Just make the decision. Go with your gut. Go with what you want to do. Like I said, I just post now because I like it. I'm like, damn, I look good in this. I like this photo. This is a really good photo. I want to post it. Sure, sometimes I do it because I want validation in some way or whatever. My ego gets in the way. That I'm like, okay, whatever. But most of the time it's because I like the photo. I'm like, dang, you know what? And it's so good for me because it's getting past the fears. Every time I post, it's like a little challenge for me. It's like challenging these fears of judgment, challenging myself to post and put myself out there and like actually express myself and not lock myself away in this little cage where nobody can judge me and I'm not getting in anyone's way. Challenging that and challenging those fears every time I post. Every time I post these fucking podcasts, it is a challenge to myself, and it's helped me to grow so much and helped me to build my confidence so much. So there's my little piece of advice for you guys here, is to challenge yourself and to just do it. And even if it's scary, it is actually fucking scary at the start to do, but you have to feel that fear and just do it anyways. Just do it. Just push past those fears. Challenge yourself to do it constantly. And soon enough, you'll learn and you'll develop and engrave in yourself this belief that who cares? It's better just to do what you want to do than doing what everyone else wants you to do. Take the leap, make that decision, listen to your gut, and fuck everyone else. Do you, baby. Do you. Fuzz everywhere. That's my little messages for today. I hope it helps someone. I don't know. Yeah. I love you all, and I hope you all know just how loved you are. Just how amazing you are. And I thank you all for being here. Thank you for staying, for being alive, being here on this planet with me and everyone else, living and breathing, because it is a beautiful life, even if it doesn't feel like it sometimes. It is. And yeah, I love you. And I hope you all have an amazing week. I will talk to you again next Tuesday on the pod. Make sure to send in any requests, send in any comments, any feedback you have. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye. Yeah. Bye.